Hi everyone and welcome to Positively Kimmie. I am Kimmie. If you are new here, welcome. This is a safe space. And if you're one of my returning subscribers and my besties, hi, how are you? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Okay, so if you are not one of my returning subscribers, you won't know that I had the most incredible Sunday ever. But if you are one of my returning subscribers and my besties, you already know what I was doing on Sunday, and I can't wait to tell you guys about it. Me, both of my sons, my daughter-in-law, my grandson, and my ex-husband took my grandson for his very first baseball game, professional baseball game, and it was absolutely incredible. We had the most amazing time ever, so I'm going to tell you all about it because I cannot stop smiling, and I could not wait to film this video to tell you guys everything that happened, and I couldn't do it the first 2 days, and I'll tell you later on why. Let's talk about the elephant in the room first. I got a boo-boo by cooking. I was cooking Swiss cheese burgers with caramelized onions, and as I was cutting the onion, my finger decided to jump in the front of it, and we had a little accident, but my mama fixed it up for me and gave me a little kiss on top, so it's all better now. But we're just making sure everything has stopped doing what it was doing. Anyway, on Sunday, it was beautiful in New York. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was about 78 degrees and sunny. It was the perfect weather for a baseball game that's outdoors, and it was absolutely insane. So we rented a minivan, or a van, not a minivan, but it was a van, to take all six of us there together. So there were 2 seats in the front, then there were 2 captain's seats in the back. The baby sat in one, I sat in the other because I wanted to sit next to him, and my son, one of my sons and his dad sat next to him. So we get to the stadium about 11 o'clock, and there was a Dunkin' Donut truck outside, and the Dunkin' Donut truck was having free samples of their pumpkin spice coffee. Now, I know this is very controversial what I'm about to say, so don't come for me, but I am not a pumpkin spice, pumpkin anything type girl. I don't like pumpkin. There, I said it. Now you know my darkest secret. I don't like pumpkin. So I did not actually taste it, but when you went up there, they would give you a gift card if they could take your picture, and they were going to post it to their socials. So I went up twice with different people, and it ended up that my daughter-in-law ended up with $35 worth of Dunkin' Donuts gift cards, because we all gave them to her because she's a teacher and she works, next to one, so it was just easier to give them to her. And so we all did that. About a half an hour, we had to wait online outside, and then you get to go in. And there is a baseball player named Bartolo Colon, whose nickname is Big Sexy. You guys know I've been talking about this shirt, and I was so excited. I thought it was going to be a fleece shirt, like a sweatshirt is what my son had told me. It was not. It's a long sleeve t-shirt, but we were the first 15,000 people got it. We got there early enough that we were one of the 15,000. They still had boxes and boxes. The only problem was it was in a size large across the board, which kind of made me a little upset, because this player, he was called Big Sexy because he was a big guy. He was like in a 3 or 4X. He was a big guy. So I think they should have done at least an extra large for everybody, but including the baby. Like, they didn't have kid sizes. They just had larges, adult larges across the board. So I'm going to show you the shirt. And this is the front of the shirt. It says Big Sexy by Bartolo. I am going to be in a large one day and rock this, even though it's 100% cotton and probably going to shrink. But I am going to get into, this is my goal, to get into this shirt, okay? And this is the back. This is what that incredibly sexy hunk of man looked like. And it says Big Sexy, and he's got a new fragrance line, so I'm sure that's why they were giving it out. Plus, he retired from baseball, and I was so excited to get this shirt. Whether it fits me or not, I am going to get into this large, and I know I'm going to, and maybe I'll even get into a medium. Who knows? Just one person, and you know what? And me, because I am determined to wear that shirt, and I am going to get this body into that shirt one day soon. Well, in the near future, okay? We're not going to push it. In the near future. Anyway, so we get in and we go up to the third floor where they have all the food and they have these vendors, and it's all, outside. We went and we got my grandson a Met outfit, a Met shirt, a Met hat. Even though his parents are not Met fans, they're Washington National fans. I'm a Yankees fan. Only his godfather and grandfather are Met fans. So, and we got him this little ball, and it was just so much fun, especially spending somebody else's money. So we go, and then there's this bridge called Shea Bridge, because Citi Field used to be called Shea Stadium, so it was Shea Bridge, and we're out there, and it's just beautiful out, and we go and take pictures with the team mascots, which are Mr. and Mrs. Met, and my grandson has his hand like this in the picture, like he's so excited, and I was so worried about how he was going to be come Halloween, because he usually doesn't do well with costumes and figurines and stuff like that. But Paula, he did great. You were right, expose him to it, and he did amazing. So it was so great that he wasn't cranky, he did not cry. And then we go and we bring him to the this office, and they say they gave him a certificate for his first ever Met game and first professional baseball game ever, and that was exciting. So then we go sit in our seats, and there was so much that goes on at the stadium that you guys don't see on TV, and they're playing music in between, so we're clapping, they're playing songs, we're singing. It was just so much fun. We had the best day ever. I taught my grandson the song "Who Let the Dogs Out," so by the end he's like "Who, who, who." It was just like, he was just the cutest thing, and I was just beside myself with pride and just having the best time. So the game ends, and around the 8th inning we had to pick up the certificate. Then we go downstairs and they make you wait on a line outside because they let you run the bases. Whoever wants to run the bases can run the bases, but what they do, so my grandson with his grandfather ran the bases. Now, he doesn't know what baseball is, he doesn't know what a base is, he doesn't know he's supposed to tap the base, whatever, but he was having fun just running around the whole entire thing, and not knowing the significance of it, and that, these historic baseball players have run on the same field as him, and it was just incredible to watch him have just such a good time doing that. So they're running, but they're hurting you like a bunch of elephants, and they're like, keep it moving, you gotta hurry up, don't stand there, you can't take pictures. Like at the end where the home plate is, you're waiting for your child to come out, and they don't want people standing there, they just want to usher you through. Like, I think it should have been a little bit calmer. I know they have a lot of people that want to do it, but maybe limit the amount of people. I know you want to go home, I know that this is a long day for people working, but either don't do that or have a limit as to how many people can do that. I don't know how they do it, but it was just terrible. And my son looks at me, my younger son, and he looks at me and he's like, Ma, he's like, where are we supposed to go? He's like, there are people behind us pushing us, there are people in front of us pushing us. He's like, you're not that great on your feet. He's like, and what are you gonna do? He's like, you can only walk so fast. And I was like, don't worry about it. And we went to the side, people were yelling at us. That was the downside of the game, but it was so worth it to see the look on my grandson's face. He did not know what he was doing, but he was having a ball, and it was so freaking incredible. So then we leave there, and he's still running. Like, where this kid got this energy from, because from 10 o'clock in the morning when we left, he did not sleep. He did not take a nap at the stadium. Every time people were clapping, he was clapping. When they were singing songs, he was clapping. I mean, he was just having the time of his life. He was walking back and forth. Now, there were 6 of us, and we were in a row of 8 people, so we didn't know the 2 people on the end, but his mother sat at one end, his grandfather and I sat at the other end, and they were, my son's in the middle, and we had gotten him a seat, and so he would be able to walk, and we could keep a really good close eye on him. There was no one else in the aisle except for the last 2 seats, and we were very, very careful with him. And with me, his grandfather, you just got Hawkeyes on this kid every minute. So nobody was going to take him or anything. And he was standing up through part of the game. I mean, it was just incredible. There was a lot of walking. I did have a hard time, but I would not let it be known. Absolutely not. I was going to go there and not make it about me. It was about my grandson 110%. And you would not know that I had pain in my hip. You would not know that I was having, any issue whatsoever that I could have had. I did not have, and I would not allow myself to do that to my grandson. So after we leave there, he runs out, and he's still running, like, I don't know, and we go to Applebee's for dinner. I got some French onion soup, and some pieces of chicken, which I wasn't crazy about the chicken, so I just had the soup. And he's still eating, like, it was insane. And the food at the stadium, let me tell you, it is ridiculously overpriced. My ex-husband decided to get a lobster roll, which I think is a really dangerous thing. Anything with mayonnaise, I wouldn't do, and it wasn't overly hot, so maybe, but I still would not do that. It was $40 for a lobster roll, which is just a hot dog. I mean, let's face it, it's a hot dog with some pieces of fake lobster probably inside and some mayonnaise, which is just not appealing to my stomach. And some chips. The chips were good because I had one of them. And it was $40. Like, that's insane. My one son had a beer. I don't even know how much that cost. So I don't even know what anything went for because I did not have anything to eat. We were able to bring in closed bottles of water. They let you do that as long as it's closed. And I had like 3 waters while I was there the whole day, and that was it. I was like, I'm not spending money on any of this crap when I can go home and eat something I would enjoy and not get sick from. So we went to Applebee's, and then we got home around 7:30. By the time we got home, my sons were okay, but it was a long day from 10 o'clock to 7:30. The baby had just fallen asleep as we pulled up in front of my house. As we got home, I was like, okay, I am done. I cannot do this. I walk in my house. I literally go to the restroom. I go to the freezer. I get an ice pack. I get another water. I come in my room. I have the ice pack on my hip. I have the heating pad on my back. And Mima was done. That was it. I was done. I slept I think I got up around 1 o'clock to go back to the restroom, and that was it until about 9:30 the next day. I was out, and when I woke up, my feet were so incredibly swollen from walking so much. And it was a lot of walking. It really was. It was a lot of walking, but they were so swollen, and my joints were killing me. Like, you don't think clapping takes a lot out of you, but for some reason it bothered my elbows because we were doing so much of it, and it was incredible. So that was my day at Citi Field, Shea Stadium, whatever you want to call it, at my grandson's first ever baseball game, and I had a ball, and I could not wait to tell you guys all about it. So I hope you enjoyed my little story time, and I will see you tomorrow with my weigh-in for Ozempic and tell you how I'm doing. With that, be happy, be healthy, be blessed, and most of all, be positively you, because there's no one else quite like you, and that makes me so incredibly happy. You guys rock.